name is Carol Johnson. And if you've been at CK for a while, you may have recognized her. She's been at the Bremerton campus since it launched. And then she got here, we didn't recognize her because she has new hair. She kept us all on our toes, right? Hi, Carol.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having me.
So Carol is with Seeds of Grace, and why did we want Carol up here? Because God gave her an amazing vision, and it's just been awesome to watch that unfold, and we wanted to give her a moment to share what that was. So what was it? God gave you a napkin dream, and it just exploded.
Yeah, so a couple years ago I was on a mission trip with the Mazatlan building team, building a feeding center down in Mazatlan, and God laid on my heart that He wanted me to build sustainable and organic gardens down to feed those children who would frequent that feeding center. It was really an amazing vision. It was just that full garden with fruits and vegetables, and He was pretty clear about how He wanted me to do it. So we built the garden down there a year later, and now it's harvesting food daily and feeding the children. And then as soon as we got back from that trip, He put on my heart that He's got sheep here in our own backyard that He wants fed too. So we started building gardens here in Kitsap County, two in Bremerton so far, that have both harvested over 600 pounds of food just this last summer.
That's amazing! Amazing. Okay, so that takes a pretty big leap of faith. What was your biggest faith moment in this journey?
Yeah, well, when I was down there in Mazatlan building that feeding center, I could really feel God putting on my heart that He needed me to do something that wasn't building the feeding center, and I was really confused and would ask Him day after day, I don't understand, what is it that you want? He would say, well, if you have to ask, you're not ready to know. And I would argue back, yes, I am. And He would, just continue to, I felt tormented. And finally, on the last day, I said, well, then make me ready. And He immediately did. And the very, very next day, He showed me that vision of the garden. So that's awesome.
Okay, so what is the vision for Seeds of Grace?
So Seeds of Grace builds sustainable and organic gardens in impoverished neighborhoods around the world to feed God's sheep. And we want to build more gardens here in Kitsap County. We need hands, and we need people, and we need funds, and we want to build another garden down in Mexico. And that's just the short-term vision.
It's amazing. Gosh, you just never know. Carol has such an awesome example of taking the next step and just being obedient, but also asking that question to be ready. And I just wonder if for some of you, that is your next step, is to ask God to make you ready, and there's something that's in your heart that He gets to stir and, just explode, and you find your place on the wall, or you really identify what your napkin dream is, and you go for it. So please take a moment, visit Carol, find out about Seeds of Grace, receive some encouragement too. Just if you're maybe wanting to take that next step but not sure if you're ready, I know that you would love to encourage others. And then we also have really other passionate new lifers in the lobby as well, with the Mazatlan building team and people of the Basque Country. So encourage you to step aside out there and say hello after the gathering and just learn a little bit more. Like I said, it's going to be a great morning. Glad that you're here. Go ahead and watch this.